Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 10th and final round of the ESR ACC GT Challenge Season 3. Today we find ourselves at Bathurst at Mount Panorama in Australia. It's all coming down to this. We have quite a few big battles, as we've had throughout the entire season, really. But it's all coming to a head with, like I said, quite a lot on the line for this last race of the season. I am your host, Cole McCrae, together again with
Ayrton Tobin.
That's him, I'm me, and we are ready for this race to get underway. Got a little bit left in qualifying still, but we've seen some, our trends kind of settle out as normal. Mike Stobmill handing it out to first place. I mean, there's possibility he could be usurped, but it's not super likely. Christopher Streppen with less than a 0.2 second gap, and behind him Chris Johnston, the Mercedes driver who's a newcomer to the series but shown to be competent at Bathurst. Matt Higgs behind him fourth, Max Lentini in fifth, so not a very strong showing for Lentini, but as we saw in last race, his championship is kind of more or less solidified. Max Simmons in sixth, a very good start for him. A newcomer, Steve Crossland. So we haven't seen him yet, but I think he came from RWB if I do remember correctly. Javier Castaño Muñoz in 8th. Marco Dam, number 9th, another newcomer. Simeon Naku in 10th. Andy Long 11th. Albert Arjona 12th. James Butler 13th. Travis Wallace 14th. And for our top 15, Jeff, who, as true to his wild card nature, is gone up and down in qualifying the past few races. So quite an interesting, what should we call it? Just a journey, we'll say. For the current standings, Mike Stobmill leads Maxi Lentini by about 70 points. So it's very unlikely that he'll be able to recover. Max Lentini, of course, suffering a DNF at our last race in Suzuka. Christopher Streppen trails in third by about 150 points. So got quite a bit of room. Javier Eugeni in fourth, with Jeff in fifth, followed by Albert Arjona, Matt Higgs. It always trips me up. It's listed as Richard Higgs in the standings, but we'll correct that. Javier Muñoz in eighth. Ooh, someone got disqualified. Driver number 16. Do you know if that counts for the actual race?
Maybe.
Okay, anyway. Sean Kinney 9th and Justin Swan 10th. And as usual, past about 7th place. There are single-digit points separating a lot of these drivers, so anything could happen with that. James Butler in 11th, Max Simmons 12th, Travis Wallace 13th, Rico Hassa, one of our relative newcomers, followed by Andy Long in 15th, and then Sasha Hassa in 16th. So, yeah, that's that. The team standings are still pretty hot. AXRT was able to hold off Phase 2 for the first place in the team standings. Phase 2, AXRT, of course, of Javier Muñoz, Albert Arjona, and Justin Swan. Phase 2 of Finish and Maxi Lentini. They're only separated by about 120 points. So that could happen. They, of course, suffered. Phase 2 suffered quite a big loss with Suzuka because they didn't score a single point. And they are caught up substantially by Orange 1 with Sean Kenny, Marie Owenchuk, and Matt Higgs. Only 40 points separating team spot 2 and 3. So that we could see a shift there, especially considering Matt Higgs has proven to be very deadly at Bathurst, which is where we are. Cruise Line Express in 4th, 9 Shitza in 5th, DACA ASP in 6th, 2Cs, Emil Frey, Last Minute, and Ma Racing rounding out their teams. Ma is not sure about Ma Racing. We haven't seen them before, and I don't recognize either of these names. Adrian Siborowski and Napalm. I don't see any of those names in here, so that's kind of interesting. Anyway, with qualifying all wrapped up, we can maybe have a peek see at our final order. Oh, Maxi Lentini was able to pull out a good qualifying, so that's good. Nope, sorry about that. Yeah, so Max Lentini is able to climb his way back up to second. That's more along the lines of what we're used to seeing. Christopher Streppin stole the final podium spot from Chris Johnston. And with Lentini, wait, who? Someone must have shuffled up because Maxim has dropped to 7th. But yeah, other than that. Yeah, so we got a lot potentially going on.
Like Lentini did recover, he was in 5th. He is up to 2nd.
Yep, just noticed that. And separated with Verstappen, or separated from Verstappen by 0.003 of a second. So a very, just eking his way in there. As usual, we have a, what's it called? Pretty standard setup. So 1 hour race, 20-minute pit window. Everything must be changed. And yeah.
Oh, I'm hearing myself through you.
I don't know. Is it Parsec? Try muting Parsec.
I have Parsec muted. I'm
Is
not
it
sure what it is, but I hear myself constantly.
Is it coming through TeamSpeak?
Let me deafen myself. Yeah.
So
I deafen myself here.
I wasn't talking, so I don't. Is he still hearing me, or still hearing you through me? I don't know.
Yeah. When I talk, I hear myself.
Where is it through though?
Okay, let's see. Oh no, it's not showing up as you.
What are you
Why
talking
is it
about?
playing me back?
Maybe we need a TeamSpeak restart. Any case, race is about to start. 36 seconds left
Let's
in
try.
the race. What's going on, bud?
Like I said, it's playing me back.
Through my mic or just through TeamSpeak? It's
Through
not showing.
TeamSpeak. Yeah, because it's not showing that you're transmitting anything.
Maybe check your TeamSpeak settings.
I'm doing that. It's just
Okay. No, just giving advice. Okay. Anyway, we're about to get the last, like, what is it, like, eighth of a lap, formation lap going. Got quite a few interesting matchups here. Trying to make our way through the pack up. So here we go for the final race, race 10 of the season. Mike Stobbmeal leading the pack as they round the final corner. And let us see what happens. We're got the lights on and green flags are waving. Lights are flashing. Welcome to round 10 of the ESR Season 3 ACC GT3 Series. Why the heck are we in trackside cam? Let's watch the heli cam. So already we see Matt Higgs making a move on Chris Johnston for 4th place around turn 1. Max Lentini trailing Mike Stoffmeal. We're going to go to relative timing just so we can get a more up-to-date picture. See, wait, that's for Streppin, not Johnson. My apologies. Okay. Christopher Streppin getting shunted out of the position by Matt Higgs. So good for him.
Cole, join me in the recording booth.
Okay.
It seems to be.
Okay, this might. Okay. Anyhow.
It was just the lobby.
Oh,
What?
interesting.
No.
Okay. Well, in any case, we have plenty going on. So I lost my place there.
It's only when you're in a channel with me.
I mean, I don't know what's up. Looks like Maxim has made his way up to 6th place, as Muniz appears to have fallen, I believe. Apologies for the lack of coherence. We've been trying to, as you can tell, solve some issues.
Testing. Can you hear me?
In any case, the so we see Matt Higgs pulling close to Mike Stabile, who appears to have lost some positions or lost a position to Maxi Lentini. So Lentini's gained quite a bit of space on the on our reigning champion. Matt Higgs is actually posing quite a threat to the podium here. Looks like Johnson has a itsy bit of a peak. Johnson weaving as they approach turn 1 to finish our first lap. Max Lentini's got a pretty substantial gap. I wish I had been paying more attention, admittedly, to the first lap with Mike Stobbmeal. Appears he might have gotten a bad out of the final turn of the downhill section. Christopher Streppen hard on Matt Higgs, trying to keep the pressure on so he doesn't have time to get away. Looks like Max Simmons appears to be falling behind slightly. His gap to front dropping to about 1.5 seconds. Although the gap behind him to Simi Naku climbed as well to 2 seconds. Oh, look at that. Verstappen got a better run than Matt Higgs did in that last corner. So no, looks like Lentini's gap is continually widening to Stoppmel behind him. Wonder if that is that's kind of curious because the BMW M6 is one of our faster cars in a straight line. Although Bathurst is a punishing circuit at the very least, so it's perfectly possible that the Porsche could be faster overall through this track. Matt Higgs putting down some tracks on Christopher Streppen. Gap widening to almost half a second as Christopher goes a little bit wide around the turn and is able to wrangle in him, but not before Chris Johnston took a big bite out of the gap. So as they get into the mountain straight for lap 3, Verstappen is not getting caught up by anyone. Johnston and Higgs have maintained about approximately the same distance. Max Simmons is also not losing too much either. Perhaps we will take a short break and look at some of our other drivers in the field. Newcomer Marco Dam, apologies. Facing off with Simi Naku, although just as I say that, looks like he had made a mistake and got tracks put on him by Naku. The twin AXRT team Porsches of Javier Munoz and Albert Arjona having a strong showing, 9th and 10th. As mentioned earlier, they have been not quite in as good of a position in the last race, but still not to be their gap is not to be underestimated. This is a really tricky track for team racing because if you get too close to your teammate, it can be hard to go through the downhill section without causing problems. Oh, looks like the Audi of Marco Dam, who I believe was just... Wait, that don't think that's Marco. Yeah, it could be. No, I believe it is. So Marco Dam had a terrible downhill section. Yes, it was. And now getting caught up and passed by Travis Wallace of the 9 Schütze Aston Martins. Enrico Haase threatens to make a move as well. Looks like Marco out dove on Wallace, trying to get that position back, and it worked out, but it looked a little sketchy. Wallace is planning his counterattack, but maybe being a little more cautious. So it looks like That is John Barker, who in the NSX coming out of the pits. I wonder if he had some damage after lap 1. So effectively halting the advance of Rico Hassa and Wallace, giving Dam a little bit of room. Although they are getting a blue flag, meaning that they need to. Although I believe that's actually for Barker. Oh, we can see that Dam is not the most confident driver on the uphill section of Bathurst. As we can see the Audis. Oh no! We have Rico Hassa turning around in his Nissan, causing a yellow flag through the sector. Looked like he tried to make a pass attempt around Wallace in the Aston Martin, but it didn't end up working out. Ooh, Dam getting very unstable under braking. Wallace is just looking for any time to make it by. As they approach the dipper, it's possible that Wallace might just make an attempt here. We can see already, though, the XRT Porsches of Arjona and Munoz are just flying away. Appears the S's and the like are not Dam's strong suit. Well, the one thing we have to notice is that Simi Naku has made rapid progress on Max Simmons, now battling for 6th place as they approach Murray's Corner. The yellow flag also. We have quite a few cars in the pits. I wonder if there's been, well, obviously there's been accidents in the S's, but I wonder who is there. Looks like Anderson, at least. Oh, and we see in the background that Travis Wallace has indeed gotten by Marco Dam. So one thing I kind of didn't expect to see is Finesh. Finesh is in 17th place currently, and I mean, he's been a little more on the wildcard side of our drivers, but he has been generally pretty solid. Surprising to see him this far back. He's making a move right now on Javier Eugeni as they enter Quarry Bend. Not able to make it, though. That's generally not the best place to pass. Oh, it's Marco Dam again, sideways this time as they approach the cutting. And that slowed down Eugeni substantially, but the tight uphill section is not a good place to pass. So it's just going to slow him down. Javier Perez Torres is actually gaining substantial ground as well in that Lexus. 18th place. This would be about an average position for him, at least in our last series. Uh-oh, as Finesh goes off through, what's it, McFinley Park, I believe? And allows Javier Perez Torres to pick up 17th place. And we can see at the bottom of our scoreboard that Rico Hassa has fallen to 27th place. So that spin, when he got a little bit too bold in Griffin's Mount, was...
Yeah, I've been watching him. He was just bouncing off walls. It's taken him this entire time just to get back to the pits, and
oh, really?
he is limping that thing home.
Unfortunate. Rico, the Hassa brothers, Rico and Sasha, have been very solid despite this being their first seasonal outing with ESR. But you know, sometimes luck just gets the better of you.
Wow. Meanwhile, there's probably like a dozen people in the pits. I was wondering about stops, but we're still a long way from pit road being open.
Oh yeah.
I see. Even looks like Magus gone there.
Oh yeah, Magus was in 21st place for a while, but it looks like he's suffered something as well.
It looks like.
See Marco Dam rounding turn 1.
I'm trying to see who's the first car that went into the pits, and I think about 22nd through 32nd have all pitted.
Apologies to our audience here. I somehow my audio feed got muted for a minute there. Not for the commentary, thankfully, but so we're just now hearing the beautiful racing cars. That's my bad. If anyone needs to wonder if ESR recordings are down to earth, there you go. We're as down to earth as it gets. Meanwhile, back to the race. Looks like Finish is struggling to maintain a footing with Javier Perez Torres. Still about 1.5 seconds behind. He's almost actually losing a little bit, but not much. If we take a peek back up front a little bit, Max Simmons is still battling with Simeon Naku very, very tightly as the cameraman struggles to keep up these fast cars. Simeon Naku makes a dive down into the chase. Very clean. Perfect. Textbook, but Max Simmons tries to make it around on the outside of the next turn. Looks like he's going to try and make a dive into Murray's corner. And he got stopped as... oh, but he got by. No, they're side by side. Passing the start-finish line, Max Simmons on the outside. So see if we can Max can replicate that. He goes off a little bit. That might put an end to that run. As Javier Castaño Muñiz and Albert Arjona are making quite frankly worrying pace on the Mercedes and Ferrari there. So at some point this battle is going to start affecting their pace. It probably already has, but not to say that Javier Muñiz and Albert Arjona are very solid drivers to begin with. Let's take a peek back at our podium. Looks like Matt Higgs has put some space between him and Christoph Verstappen. Oh, looks like Johnston might have actually gotten by. Looks like Verstappen is struggling. He might have hit the wall. I didn't get the chance to see. Oh, and Matt Higgs makes a pass on Mike Stoffmeal. Looks like Forrest Elbow is unkind to the BMW this time. I wish I... Dang it, I switched cameras just at the worst time perfectly. Oh well. No doubt it was a clean pass. And that's Matt Higgs up into second place, but he brakes too late for the chase and goes off-roading, so Stoffmeal is going to get a look on the outside into Murray's corner. And makes the pass, no problems. Looks like Higgs might have a small bit of damage to the front of that Lamborghini. No, actually on further inspection, no, it doesn't look like it. So, it's Johnson.
Silly Cole, that's just Matt's face you're seeing.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I forgot he was so ugly. But, oh, now even Chris Johnson is going to have a run through turn 1. I wonder if Higgs might have some damage to his car after all that we just can't see. Matt, put down the Timbits and start racing.
He probably just has some wickedly dirty tires after flying through the gravel.
Probably doesn't hurt, but they've had a quite huge amount of time between that off and the chase. But anyway, who knows? I ain't no racing car driver. Keep an eye on this battle for a minute.
Javier Perez Torres, meanwhile, is not only keeping up with you, Jenny, he has climbed up and he's reeled him in all over the back of you, Jenny, for 15th. Catching Ash as well.
It certainly seems so. If I didn't Ash, I forget. Didn't Ash go off in the right before McPhillamy Park, and I don't know. I don't remember because I'm done. So Matt Higgs still hot on the tail of Chris Johnston, but Johnston in the green Mercedes is pulling away slightly, which is not something I expected to see, I'll be honest. But on board with Matt Higgs. Who positioned this camera? Oh wow! So Chris Johnston. Oh no, that wasn't a pass attempt. I don't know what that move was. Maybe just trying to break the draft. It looked like Johnston was going to make a move on Stockmill, which is not something I expected to see, but I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. Meanwhile, Lentini has pulled off a 7-second lead to his compatriot
Oh
Stockmill.
no!
What happened?
Watching a replay of Esh here,
Oh, he's falling, yeah, 17th now. Looks like
something
a bunch of
happened.
them
He basically
fell.
stopped on the road at the top of the hill and then just got punted from behind by Delgado.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so
And now
Eugenie and
he is
Torres are up to
spinning
12th.
again, coming down the hill. Something is wrong with Esh.
Something might be wrong with his car, it seems.
I'll also see Dom got into the back of Lucidus going through the chase. Dom is having an interesting day.
Well, yeah, Dom, which is probably the
Oh
proper way to
no,
pronounce
and
that.
then another time
Eugenie.
Dom gets into the back of Lucidus yet again.
I
And
see.
sends him around.
I see Eugenie off in turn 1. Was that possibly caused by Dom as well?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. Although with problems befalling both Eugenie and what's his name, Ash, Javier Perez Torres up in 12th.
Yeah, I mentioned that. It's good for him. He's got a little bit of ways to Justin Swan in 11th.
Warpath taking out Lucidus here.
Well, Dom has proven to be very unstable in this track. He's had a number of accidents through the uphill section, and kind of surprised he hasn't damaged his car, to be honest. Or maybe he's just driving with the damage, and that's the problem.
Well, he's ruined about the race for probably 6 other guys at this point, so maybe he'll get some damage.
Meanwhile, Max Simmons has fallen substantially. I can't even find him on the radar. Yeah, we might have lost Max Simmons. Unless I'm blind.
Well,
That's
folks,
a shame.
if you thought Kailami was a mess,
I see so many people
insane.
in the pits.
Hutchison is up in 18th, and he already pitted once after getting caught up in an accident.
It looks like everyone's pitted once. Oh no, that's one. That's one pit left.
Yeah.
My bad. Insane. I remember seeing John Barker emerging from the pits after lap 3, I believe, and he's back into 24th place. So it's just been absolute chaos. It's a shame we don't have more cameras. And even now we see someone stall that pit entrance.
I mean, just look at Dom. We've seen that guy facing backwards multiple times. And he's in 13th.
Yeah, amazing.
Looks like Naku's having a really good day. Probably the best that we've seen from anyone in a Ferrari this season.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people in front of him have bit the dust. So Simmons, well, he did pass Simmons. And then Eugenie, well, no, he's behind.
Oh,
And with that, our pit window opens. Yeah, good job for Naku. Although, I mean, I got a tip of the hat to AXRT, the team of yellow and white Porsches, because they, I mean, consistently, except for the last race at Suzuka. No, wait, no, that was Kailami where they had a horrible round. But they've been consistently spot on as far as teams go. Like, very good team dynamics, very good cooperation, and honestly, that's what you need more than anything in order to win this. You know, obviously they're not going to win any what's it called, individual drivers championships, but I mean they're far and away, you know, pulling away from the other teams. I mean, with Finesh in 23rd place, he's not going to get very many points, if any at all. And we see Javier Muñiz diving into the pits. So yeah, no, AXRT, Team AXRT, they're the poster child of a successful team endeavor. I mean, you can see. I mean, we just gotta take my word for it for now. But they've only scored over 100 points in a single outing once. But they've been around the 90s pretty much the whole time, and you know, there have been other teams that scored almost as much. I mean, for example, Orange 1 scored 150 points last round. But you know, just gotta be consistent. which I guess is an appropriate metaphor because, you know, the slow and steady wins the race. Oh no! Albert Arjona slides off into I believe that's the cutting. Yeah, it's the cutting, and takes a hit to the right front. Doesn't show very much visual damage, but I wonder if he might have tweaked his steering.
At this point, the biggest worry for Torres has to be the destructive dam approaching in his mirror.
Probably doesn't help at all. I wonder if we can hop on board with Arjona and see if he has any damage. No, this game doesn't allow you to see damage of cars you're spectating. That's unfortunate. Oh, another. Oh, that's that Finn Ash that's off. Who's that?
Not Ash.
Yeah, it's Ash. So, F in the chat for Finn Ash. Off in fourth elbow. Not having a great race today.
Yep, he's just crawling along in the grass, kind of pulling off. I don't know what he's doing. No! Fuck!
What happened?
Ash! Oh my goodness! After crawling along in the gravel, he suddenly just takes a hard left-hander, as if he decides, you know, I'm gonna pull in front of someone, and he took out one of those AXRT portions.
That was Justin Swan. I was just watching him. He's severely damaged.
Unbelievable. I don't know if he thought that he'd been hit by Swan earlier or something, but
Not good.
he is still crawling along the grass,
Swan's
but like
Porsche,
just swerving.
Swan's Porsche is in tatters. Javier Perez Torres making a pass. Swan, I mean, the timing couldn't have been better if that was going to happen because he immediately dashed for the pits. That's a smart move, I think.
I'm not sure what Ash is doing. It's like he's pushing his car back and forth. Oh, he finally just retired the garage.
Oh no! Disaster.
Oh, I'm seeing an accident with Lentini. Lentini went around.
Oh no!
Oh, that allowed. Oh, yep. Lentini and Stoff to get by, and Higgs right behind him.
Johnston and Stoff?
Yes. No, Lentini and Stoffmill both. Or you're right, Johnston and Stoffmill got by Lentini.
Oh, okay. Lentini crashed, so Lentini got by him.
Not a good round for
Phase 2.
Not a good lap for Lentini and Esch.
Yeah, but they're both on the same team. They're Phase 2 racing, so that might actually not only spell the end for this race, but I mean they're only 40 points in front of Orange 1, which has Murray Iwanchuk and Matt Higgs in it. So,
and Kenny.
Well, I don't think Iwanchuk is in this race. I mean, Higgs is in 3rd or 4th. And Sean Kenny is also here.
Lentini did hang on in front of Higgs.
Only got 0.3 of a second though. His car still appears damaged. I'm not sure what exactly that means. But if it is indeed damaged, then that could be disaster. There's only a 40-point spread. And the loss of his teammate Finn Esch, Lentini's now got more pressure on him than ever. And what we've seen in the past is that under pressure he can tend to crack.
Yes, kind of up to can Kenny outgame Esch by 40 points?
Well, I mean Higgs is up there. Higgs is like one position behind Lentini. So yeah, I guess you're right. Kenny's gonna have to gain 40 points, which is gonna be hard. So 5th.
Yeah,
so he's gonna have to do 5th.
Earlier, running back in 18th without having pitted.
So 5th is the first position. Wait, or 6th? Let me check. I'm checking the. No, 6th. 6th place gets exactly 40 points. So he's gonna have to play 6th or better to tie. You have to do 5th in order to. So that. I mean, I won't say he needs a miracle. What?
Hit F7. Have you ever hit F7?
Yes. Yeah, that's the manual camera.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how I get all the B-roll, by the way. Looks like Max Lentini passing a lap to Wayne Hutchison, who's got a fair bit of damage as well.
Uh-oh,
Matt Higgs making a pass as Lentini makes a move around Hutchison. They contact. Oh, into the chase. Lentini. Holy crap. Lentini is sideways. He has to go
Oh, no.
out into the grass. This
might
could be
not be good.
terrible. Oh, Lentini takes on the outside. Oh no, he's backwards. Uh-oh, right before the pits. He hasn't pitted yet, so again, the timing isn't terrible, but he's losing at least 7 or 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Sorry for shouting, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just a little excited. Lentini is now fallen through the ranks, probably to at least 7th, I would guess. Oh, has a terrible pit in as well. His car is stricken and limping.
Oh, looks like Hutchison got taken out by Haase here.
Stoffmeal also in the pits. So that might have been very well the end of.
Verstappen took out Eugenie. I think it's Verstappen is one of the.
He's a Bentley.
Guys. Yep.
So we might, in that last pass, that we might have witnessed the end of Phase 2's second place. Will reservations be held? But I'm not going to do the math on the recording here, but it's very possible that Sean Kenny has enough points, as well as Higgs, to make this work.
Our hero Javier Perez Torres dives into the pits.
This broadcast is brought to you by nepotism. Want more screen time? I got some money that I need. Nepotism.
To gain screen time, just send dank memes. It's easy.
Want screen time? Just put all these nonsensical emojis in the chat. Oh no, want screen time? Pepe.
Easy. So that means Chris Johnston is currently leading.
Well, Stoffmeal has pitted in, so it's Lentini. So it's a temporary lead, but you know it's definitely there.
Hence currently.
And right now we don't have any close battles actually.
Johnston does go into the pits.
Higgs dives into
followed
the pits.
by Higgs. Which should give Naku the lead.
Okay, let's take a little peek down in the ranks a little bit. Give these guys some love. There are no races.
Naku goes in the pits. Travis Wallace.
Mike Magus in 25th. He's got a net loss of only a little bit of positions here, so I mean, I guess we can call that a win, because so many people have basically crashed out, or at least the equivalent.
I see Dan lost some spots in the pits. Probably got that. Surely he had some damage. Must have got repaired.
I believe it.
I mean, it looked like he was driving fine, but perhaps he forgot to, disable that, so it spent some time repairing it.
Yeah, I was surprised he was able to hold on as well as he did. I mean, his car was. I mean, we saw him backwards a couple of times. So, and yet through all the chaos, Team AXRT, 2 cars next to each other within 4 seconds of each other. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Like. So, with the leaders all having pitted, Jeff takes the lead.
Did Stoffmeal repair a bunch of damage?
It's possible. No, I don't think
my
so.
timing was just off. It was showing him behind Johnston.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Lentini is still in 8th place. And it's possible, however unlikely, that Jeff could be put behind him. In which case there is assuming that Jeff goes behind Lentini. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? There's a 4-position spread for 5th to 7th. Whoa. When did that happen? Up to 7th? Okay, so there's only a 2-position spread from 5th to 7th between Higgs and Lentini. So 7th gets 37 points and 5th gets 44. So that's only a 7-point difference. So Kenny would still have to get well, 33 points. So 8th gets 34 points, so he'd have to get 8th or higher. Not impossible, still difficult. Wait, where is Kenny?
I think they killed Kenny.
Uh-oh. Yep, we're down to 30, we're down to 29 people, so, and I don't see Kenny anywhere.
You bastard!
Wow. Shout out to South Park references. Yeah, so, wow, okay, with that, what a roller coaster of emotions, everyone. Sorry, I'm writing something down. Yeah, with that, we've seen phase 2 races disappear. We've seen their race disappear and then reappear again with Finesh, well, essentially being declared
Is there a reason we're just watching
KIA.
Ash in the pits?
No, I'm taking notes and doing math. Sorry. We'll watch Barker. But yeah, so all of a sudden Higgs has a bit of work to do. You know, as we've seen, anything can happen. So I won't say nothing. Battles. Looks like Lentini is coming up on Sniku. Yes, Sniku, that guy. Ooh, just entering the uphill section. Not very many good passing opportunities, rather. Oh no! Lentini goes around! Gets a little bit anxious under the collar of Simi Naku and loses it. Oh no, right before the chase as well, or not the chase, the S's. I need back to the pits, so that's going to be a couple of minutes wait at the very least.
You know, I'm watching some replays and there were multiple incidents between those two. Lentini was pretty frustrated behind Naku and had given him some bumps all the way around the track.
It's not showing us how much delay it's giving Lentini, but safe to say that puts the fight between Higgs, Orange 1 and... Wait, did Lentini just leave?
Ooh, looks like Anderson took out Delgado at one point.
I think Lentini just left.
I guess so.
Yeah, we're down to 28 and Lentini's gone, so... I'm fairly sure he'll have enough points, but it looks like that might be it for the podium race for second place, I mean. Well, so Higgs is still going to have to get at least 6th, which is possible. It's Higgs under the collar of a... what's that?
So neither Butler or Jeff have pitted.
Seems so. They're running out of time. Higgs makes a brilliant but risky pass on a lapped Aston Martin, who is Anderson. Oops, my bad. Mike Magus following closely. So of note, Dom still in 12th place, hot on the tail of Javier Perez Torres. In spite of, I wonder if he's finally got a handle on that car. You know, I was thinking it might be a little bit unfair to say that Dom is struggling. Maybe he had some round 1 damage, or lap 1 damage rather, that's been hounding him. Because he's been able to hold on to 12th place fairly well.
I mean, speed has never seemed to be the issue for him.
For Dom?
Yes.
Okay, I've seen him backwards a couple of times, but I don't know if that was 100% his fault. I'm just saying I don't know. That's all. In any case, Looks like their closest battle right now is between Car Heroes and John Barker. What? Nope, never mind. Never mind. As I switched to that, it dissolved. Fantastic. So let's look at their leaders.
So Jeff has pitted. Or he might be in the pits right now.
He's in the pits now, but that'll be enough. Mike Magus is running out of time in 23rd to get that pit in. He's going to have one more lap. Meanwhile, Chris Johnston has held on to second place fairly well. A good showing for, well, he was not a bad driver, but he was in, you know, we never saw him in the podium, we'll put it that way. So other things to note as of now. Let's see. So we actually have an interesting race between Emil Frey of Javier Perez Torres and Mika Watt, and last minute of Simi Niku and Daniel Madringa. Of course, Watt and Madringa aren't here right now, so it's Javier Perez Torres versus Simi Niku. There's a 2-point spread between their teams. So basically, whoever finishes first wins. It looks like it's going to be Niku, but we've had crazier things happen in the past.
Well, now all the leaders have pitted as we approach the end of the pit cycle. Top 10, looking at Stoffmill, Johnston, and Verstreppen, followed by Higgies, I should say, Niku, Wallace, Castaño Muniz, Arjona, Jeff, and Perez Torres.
Very nice. That is our top 10 action. We see Simonite and Magus, our last two to pit. That was a really hot pit entrance for Mike Magus. I would not be ultra surprised if he ended up
Unfortunately, Simmons is not here today to defend his title as final pitter.
Last
I suppose
pitter.
that will be stolen by Magus.
I'm kind of surprised all the people we've had dropped out. I mean, if there's internet issues, sure. But, I mean, between Ash, Lentini,
Dan has
Simmons,
gotten by Perez
Kenny.
Torres for 10th.
You mean to say Jeff?
Nope.
Wait, so, say that again. I heard you say Ash, but maybe I just heard wrong.
Dan got by Perez Torres for 10th.
Okay, damn. So yeah, our people to watch, really, Matt Higgs, 4th currently. He needs to get at least 7th, I believe, or 6th to, no, 6th to give his team a lead, or the 2nd place rather, in the championship. Meanwhile, Javier Perez Torres versus Simi Niku for 8th, or for 7th place in the, for 8th place in the team standings. Other than that, I believe that's it for our team battles. And Eugenie versus Verstappen, there's a 10-20 point spread between those, but I don't think that's going to be too big of a thing. And Jeff versus Eugenie as well. So Jeff and Eugenie are separated by 6 points, and Arjona is tied with Jeff currently. So between Arjona and Jeff, this could be a bit interesting. And I refuse to do any more math on that. You said earlier that Dam got past Javier Perez Torres. Looks like Dam is struggling again. I saw his time has been dropping. The gap, I mean, between Torres and Dam, down to 1.5 seconds, where it used to be 3 seconds not too long ago. We'll have to keep an eye on that. It's back up to 3 seconds, so we'll just have to watch that from a little bit of a distance. Sasha Hassa in 19th, having a battle with Car Heroes. who he just passed as we switched to the camera into Murray's corner. Nope, that's turn 1. Looks like Hero's car might be stricken a little bit. He's been it's struggling to maintain top speed. I have no context on the Ferrari's strong suits, but I feel like it's a pretty balanced, you know, speed versus handling car at least.
It's true. It has neither. It's very balanced.
Okay, got it. So Ferrari equals slow.
Extremely.
Unfortunate. So between Arjona and Jeff, 1.5 seconds separating them. Looks like Arjona's pulling away slightly. Arjona and Jeff are both very solid drivers. Arjona is, I would say he has less, what would I say, peaks. So his skill is more balanced, but he's more stable. Whereas Jeff has really good races and really bad races, most of which
Well, I wouldn't say there's bigger peaks for Jeff. We've seen them both up front different times this season.
Well, okay, just looking at the scoring though, Jeff has consistently, so we saw 11th, 6th, 19th, 9th, 4th, 3rd, 3rd. So meanwhile Arjona is 6, 5, 6, 9, 8, 3. So
Okay, but if you want to talk about peaks, we've seen them both leading.
yes, but Arjona has been more consistent. Is my like using peaks and valleys as a metaphor is perhaps not the best strategy. I'm just trying to say in the end, Arjona has been more consistent throughout the season, whereas Jeff has done well, but he's also done less well. Meanwhile, Matt Higgs has been passed by Christopher Streppen. Or wait, I'm forgetting. Is that true? I think so. Because we just see Higgs trailing for Streppen barely as they go into Murray's corner. I wonder if he had an accident leaving Forest Cell though. Of course, as we established earlier, Higgs doesn't have much to worry about. Just kind of has to take it easy and hold on. Although, as I just noticed, Jeff is right on the tail of Arjona. As the cameraman captures none of the action, there we go. So we saw them at 2 seconds, then down to 1.5, and up to 1.7, now down to less than 3/4 of a second. Entering Murray's corner once more. Jeff has his lights on. It's a good way of identifying him, I guess, if you're colorblind. And down to less than half a second. So Jeff has clearly got a pace advantage for whatever reason. As they enter, Corey dives back in. He's got to make a move soon if he wants to have this lap, but they do have 15 minutes left, or near enough. He's got some time. Now, one thing that maybe the Porsches struggle with, I can't confirm, but we've seen a number of Porsches, especially ones that are faster than cars they're following, struggle with unpredictability in this section, especially when it comes to the S's. That's how Ash got caught out. That's how Lentini got caught out. You're a Porsche driver in other games, Tobin. Would you say that the 911 is a bit unpredictable, at least in other generations?
Sort of. Depends if it's a good sim. If it's not, it's very unpredictable. It's really just that
Okay, but in this sim.
lack of grip going into a turn you gotta watch out for.
Okay. Well,
As soon as you put your foot down, that thing is the most predictable car in the universe.
have you driven this game? Or driven this car in this game? Or
Only briefly.
okay, based on that experience, would you say it's predictable or unpredictable?
Yeah, definitely more so than Race Room, for example.
Okay. Uh-oh, Jeff outbrakes himself going into Murray's corner, allowing Arjona to put some tracks between him and his opponent. Of also note, Matt Higgs has gone by Christoph Verstappen once again and put some substantial distance. I wonder if Verstappen got caught out since we last took a peek.
Good time to remind everyone that this whole season was brought to you by George Washington. To learn more, visit your local library or look at a $1 bill.
Okay, good to know. I didn't know George Washington. Oh, Mauricio Legato disqualified. What happened? Don't know. Anyway, it's good to know that George Washington's still able to provide funding to
Yeah, he's a
local
big fan of
programs.
racing.
Yeah. Do you think he might have misread our mission statement? Because I think maybe he was a big fan of racist, not racing. Oh well, doesn't matter. We got his money. So Johnston is actually gaining some time. Oh, wow, even now, yeah. So you got Johnston. Last time I checked him, at least he was about 2.5 seconds away from stopping me. He's now down to 1 second, but I suspect it's even less than that. Probably that looks like half a second to me.
Yes, sir. Can Johnston come through with the surprise of the season?
Could be. We won't switch to it, but of note is that Jeff in our Arjona battle has heated back up. The gap is less than half a second again, so Jeff appears to have a pace advantage on our Arjona. Not a huge one, but it does exist. That's what you said also. Down to 2/10. Meanwhile, Johnston to stop middle gap down to 3/10. Let's get a look from the heli cam. One golden opportunity I think they really missed with the heli cam in this game is oh, never mind. I was just gonna mention, not really. Would have been really cool if the heli cam got overtaken by the cars slowly throughout the fast section. I think it would have looked neat. Johnston goes off the track as they approach the final corner, putting a little damper on his run. And likewise, the same thing appears to have happened to Arjona. Now, oh no, Jeff got by Arjona. Okay, so there we go. 8th place goes to Jeff. And then it immediately puts 3/4 or 2/3 of a second on Arjona. I wonder if Arjona got caught out in some way, shape, or form. So somewhat paradoxically to what I've been led to believe, it looks like the Mike Stabile in the BMW is struggling with the last and first sections of the track. He's been caught substantially by Johnston through the straights, yet seems to be putting some time in between him on the hilly section, the curves. Meanwhile, Arjona is fighting back at Jeff, down to a half a second. I wonder if Jeff might have used up his tires a little bit trying to get by the AXRT car. I know that the second I do this, it's going to Stopmo's car is going to explode or something along the like. But I'm going to take a quick peek back at the Arjona Jeff battle. They're coming up on Lesudis, it seems. That might put a damper on Jeff's momentum. Looks like Dam has gone into the pits yet again. Looks like a teleport. So I wonder if he might have suffered some sort of terminal damage. Looks like Lesudis posed absolutely no resistance to Jeff and Arjona's battle. Looks like Arjona got a bit of a better run through that last corner, which name eludes me. I think it's Forced something. Jeff gets by the back marker of O'Neill without much problem. So does Arjona. As we see this, the battle for first place heats back up. With Dom still in the pits. Don't know what his release delay is, but it's probably going to be substantial.
Dom is in the pits. That
Yeah.
was first tours up in 10th.
Yes. So Jeff appears to be making a little bit of room between him and Arjona up to a second. Meanwhile, the battle for first is as tough as ever. I wonder if Johnston might have his Mercedes tuned in a way that we're not used to seeing, because he's devouring that BMW on the straights. They are bumper to bumper, ladies and gents, coming into Murray's corner for the third to last time. Johnston goes to the outside. And he's going to have an interesting opportunity for this. He's going to have to execute it perfectly. Doesn't
Nice run
look
here.
like it. He got a good run, but will it be enough? Tucking in.
Absolutely.
While that Mercedes
Guarding that inside.
While that Mercedes appears to be fast, with that draft, is it enough? The BMW is still very fearsome as he goes around the outside through Corey. Ooh, a little unstable. Able to save it. Dobmill lives to see another day. For his first place, I would say. So that was a very well-planned maneuver, but he's going to have to maybe pick and choose his battles a little more carefully, Johnston is. Meanwhile, having a look back, the battle between Jeff and Arjona appears to have cooled down. Arjona's been led on by about 2.5 seconds. So, won't say he put a fork in it, but it certainly looks possible. Johnston made a good run through Forest Elbow. So back on the helicam, actually maybe we should move to relative timing here. So 7/10. Looks like Johnston is not making as good a progress on the stop as he has in past laps. Actually appears to be losing a smidgen of time. Now coming up on the Lexus of Javier Torres and the Ferrari of Car Heroes. So Johnson getting a fantastic launch out of Hell Corner, first corner. Getting that space back as Javier allows them by.
Nice job. Good place to let him by there.
Yeah. Oh wow, Stobman looks like he got a little unstable through Corey, and that allowed Johnston to just eat up that gap. But as we've seen before, a too small of a gap can actually be a liability rather than an asset, because now, you know, your reaction time is reduced. We've seen lots of accidents result from that.
Looks like Torres has about a 60-second gap back to 11th place, so just cruising from here.
Is Torres battling anyone in the championships? I don't even
Maybe
see
not
him.
in the unofficial championship, but in the official commentator championship, where this race is worth 100 times the points of the others, he's pretty solidly in 10th.
I wish the audience could see how hard I'm rolling my eyes right now.
Stoffmeal, meanwhile, is trying to wrap up the mythical double championship, where you win both the unofficial championship and the commentators championship.
It's true. I don't know, I think if Johnston is able to make this pass happen, he might have the commentator championship. Not on lock, but he'll certainly be a solid contender.
Yeah.
So he's got one lap left to do it. O'Neill retires to the pits.
They are coming across some traffic up here. Perez let them by at a really fortuitous location, but we'll see what the others can do.
So the
They might be catching them as they crest the hill.
The twin cars of Car Heroes and Vic Nash might be within reach this lap. Oh, Johnston a little bit wide.
Oh,
Ooh, Johnston getting very, very close up into Corey.
surprised he didn't look more up the inside. Stoffmeal left him just a car's length.
Oh, making a run on the inside. Very dangerous, but he's going around the outside or setting himself up there around the outside for the cutting. Oh, doesn't look like he's got enough pace.
I think they are going to catch Car Heroes before they reach Forest Bend.
It seems like it. What the heck? There we go. We got about 1.5 seconds between them. Well, if they catch him before Forrest's elbow on, it looks like they're definitely going to. So this is gonna be tough. And Vic Nash is also within spitting distance.
Oh, okay. Heroes gets out of the way nicely.
Heroes looks like outbroke himself, but that made him get out of the way, so that's a good thing. Okay, it's all about this launch. Looks like they're about even on that launch. Oops. I realized I'm watching the wrong HUD there. Johnson is gaining very, very slightly, down to 1/3 of a second.
He's going in deep.
Down to 1/3, or down to 3/10. Ooh, brakes late. And
that was a great job braking there.
Oh my gosh, that was one hell of a final corner. But we see Mike Stoffmeal rounding out the championship, first place. And with that, finishing off this exciting battle. Look at all those cars on the front stretch. That's a majestic sight, ladies and gentlemen, if I've ever seen one. The battle between Jeff and Arjona finishes with Jeff maintaining his lead as well. As we watch the cars roll in, start to tally our results. Chris Johnson, of course, in second, following Mike Stockmill in first. Matt Higgs in third place. Very good for him. That'll put Orange 1 in front of the Phase 2 racing team by a not insubstantial margin. Christopher Streppen in fourth. Simi Naku fifth. Javier Munoz sixth, followed by Jeff Wallace and Arjona. What? Not sure what happened there. Was there a battle between Wallace and Arjona that I missed? I don't know. Javier Perez Torres with a respectable 10th place. Justin Swan 11th. James Butler 12th. Marco Dom in 13th. So he was still able to pull a pretty respectable. Has he finished yet? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, very respectable result from Marco Dom. We'll have to see where it shakes out if he gets any penalties. Javier Jenny 14th, John Barker 15th. So quite a few interesting finishes here. Uh-oh. I'm going to send some messages to our buddies. Great race all. What a way to end the season. Travis Wallace says, damn it, looks like he was fighting with Arjona at the very end. Okay, well, maybe we should watch Wallace, see if he does any sweet drifts again. We don't have any access to the interfaces. Oh, nope, he left. So our final results, past 27th place, Finn Esch, who retired, as did Max Simmons, Simonite, Bernd Schoenthaler, who I didn't even notice was there at first. Ayrton sucks off Javier Perez Torres in the chat. Let's see.
Paul McRae says it's a respectable finish. Like, that wasn't a phenomenal finish.
It was a totally good finish. 10th place. Good job, man. Anyway, Andy Long, who I also didn't notice is there. Steve Crossland at 33rd, Juan Ramos 34th. What? Was Ramos here? Okay, Simi Naku and Mauricio Delgado in 36th. Mike Samuel says, I'm free of this turd. Less than 3, Matt. Any case, so that is our final race of the season. This third season of ACC GT3 racing. We had a little bit of niggles at the beginning, but there was some fantastic results at the end. As per that, there is no schedule set at the moment for the next season, if I do recall correctly. But for now, we're glad to have you all here. Join us, ESR, at Discord, or on Discord rather, as Muniz does some donuts. And visit us. We got a Discord. We love talking with people. I've been told that some of our newcomers are as a result of people just wanting to hang out and chat. So always look forward to seeing new friends, meeting new friends, having new friends, all that stuff. Hopefully you can join us. Anyhow, glad to be here as always. I'll be here next season too. Hopefully it'll be just as exciting. I hope we have just as many people here. What do you say, Monsieur Tobin?
It was a respectable season with, yeah, decent results.
Yes, I very concur. In any case, we'll be here next season. Watch some of our other videos. They're always fun. Like, comment, subscribe. You know that biz. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.